There's a big confusion between IQ, EQ, and SQ. The IQ stands for intelligent quotient, emotional quotient is EQ, and the spiritual quotient is SQ. Unfortunately, after the rise of the Renaissance, the science has picked up quite significantly, and we are living in a materialistic world, and we are about to forget our emotions and spirit. However, the world is having a better inclination than before to remember our EQ and to remember our soul. And I intentionally choose the word remember because we are not aware of it. So not being aware of something doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. So we just have to remember our soul, we just have to remember our spiritual quotient. We as people are made of three folds: the body, the mind, and the spirit, which coincides with the IQ, EQ, and SQ. The question from many people are, which one is better? In fact, none of them is better than each other. They make something better when they are together. So our problem with the modern society is that we want to see things as either 1 or 0, but the gray areas in between is where the color is. So let me draw you something like that. So let's draw an x-axis and the y-axis. The x-axis representing the IQ and the y-axis representing the EQ. And let's rate the maximums as 10. So we can have a great person who has outstanding IQ, but the EQ is 1. So if the combination of this area is 10 by 10, which is 10 unit square meters, let's say 100 square meters, the IQ is going to cover, even with the best of what we can do, only 10 square meters. While someone with a extremely high emotional quotient but low IQ is going to have the same impact. So someone with a lower IQ in the middle but a higher level of EQ is going to have an impact in life of 25. You see what I mean? So IQ, it is a privilege. However, when it lacks the EQ, the impact is questionable because no one can win alone. No one can be successful alone. So the combination of two. So where do we put this spiritual quotients? So let's put a third dimension, the z-axis. So in fact, the multiplication of these three is 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1000 at the moment. So now this two-dimensional model became three-dimensional. And in fact, the two-dimensional part is the body part or the earthly part of us. And as you can see, with the spirit, which is the axis z, the third dimension comes. So the material finds a meaning. So we transcend our materials. How do we stand in this case? Let's think that the IQ is 5, the EQ of someone is 5, and the SQ is 5. So that's 5 times 5 times 5, which is going to be 125. Can you imagine? In our original situation, the IQ was 10, the EQ was 1, and let's say the SQ is 1. So you can still be extremely intelligent, but you can still stick to 10. So the key is really increasing our emotional quotient and then the spiritual quotient. Emotions are the process that connects us to this world, especially after our birth. The body gets connected or falls in love with this illusion through the senses and then the emotions. However, if we are not a slave of our emotions, then we can really unlock our spiritual potential. So emotions are key for our freedom. but they can also be a help to us if we get obsessed with them. So emotions are key. And if you look at all the big achievements in the world, yes, there is definitely expert-minded people with high IQ, but without the passion inside them, without the EQ, they could never ever reach that potential. And since this is the world of material and the spirit, the meaning, there was a reason for the soul or the spirit to incarnate into this physical body, and that's our destiny. So we can rewrite our destiny by raising our self-consciousness, leveraging our emotions so that they become our wings to fly to our spiritual origins or to unlock our spiritual untapped potential, which is in fact our true nature. And this true nature is a part of the divine godness. Thank you.